So everybody's asking how you do diesel heaters and your setup and his setup, and well, this is what I've got. 8x24. I don't really take this bungee cord off. I can just pull it down. 2 house hinges on a piece of flat stock up there. That flat stock's got a couple of hinges on it, so I can prop this up and pull down said feet and prop this up if I want to, but I bring all my power cables back down my sides of my nose. That way everything will all join and go in the bottom and the middle. These things have been on here for years. They don't lift or anything, because when you drive down the highway the wind pushes them, but the strap keeps them from popping up and down. I did have an issue with the first set. Oxidization coming down through. They're getting wet, water in them somehow. So all the corners, this is just the Harbor Freight cheapies. So I got what, $170 in the solar system. Each corner where they put them together is a split and a crack here where it's joined plastic. You need to caulk it. You need to caulk those corners. I use OSI caulk. Same thing old Homes and Homes does on YouTube there. Doesn't crack, don't break. It stays good forever. You can see this stuff's been on there for a couple of years now. See how there's, that's a little oxidization. Something somewhere got a little moisture onto this one here. But I'm trying to keep them so they don't oxidize out. We'll put some caulk on them, stop the water from getting in the cracks from around the outside. My diesel heater sits inside the nose in this corner, right here on the floor. With it being on the floor, I use the air off the floor, the cold air that I'm in here. I'm sleeping in this thing, I'm telling you. So the cold air on the floor in there, I suck that into the heater, then I pump hot air out. If you know anything about furnaces, registers, you're gonna have a furnace in the house running. You pump hot air into a room, but you gotta push the cold air out or suck it out like the hallway of the house. You can suck all the cold air out of the hallway, goes into the furnace, then blows hot back in, so you have to circulate the air. Everybody that seems to put these heaters up here, so I get it, you're sucking in the cold air and whatnot into your furnace here. All you're doing is shoving hot air in. You never take the cold air out of the room. You just keep pumping hot air in, so all you're doing is pressurizing it with hot air, but you never take out the cold. I'm using the cold to make hot. The tank on the diesel heaters are only 1 gallon. I want more. I go to the UP snowmobiling up there in Newberry area. This thing lasted all week. It's a 17-gallon aluminum tank, molded that way off from eBay, or bought it off eBay. I took it to the, come on, focus. I took it to the steel company and had them add a strap. The strap goes all the way down through the bottom and all the way down here. There's 3M sticky tape on it, so I 3M stickied it so it's not really moving, plus I through bolted it. That bolt goes all the way through the steel wall and bolts to the plywood that's on the inside, so this thing ain't coming off. A little extreme, but you have to pick up 2 5-gallon cans of gas and hold your arm straight out. You can't do it. We'll do that with 3 gas cans, so this is like 3 gas cans heavy right here. It's a lot of weight. It's the way the can comes with the old knurled knob for filling. These are probably some kind of pickup tubes. I don't use them. I just bought caps and put on them. This would have probably been a bobber for the fuel tank to know levels. I didn't ever get into that either. The only thing I needed was gravity. So I had somebody weld a knuckle on the end, or a fitting, in aluminum. When I had them aluminum weld those, I had them aluminum weld these, and then I can put my own fittings on them with a ball valve, so my diesel fuel is shut off. Drill the hole, get a little rubber grommet on there, So I now have 17 gallons of diesel fuel running to my diesel heater. I still have the 1 gallon on there because I always have 1 more gallon to get me through. Turn my lights on inside outside. Strip lights every bar as it goes down. 4 beds. There's 2 beds there. 2 beds here. Keep all my radios on charge. But anyway, back to the diesel heater. Suck the cold air off the floor by a house register. So I want to eat that cold air. That cold air goes into that diesel heater. Then I pump it back out. So that way I can put my boots on my heater, put all my gloves up on top, dry everything out overnight. That's enough for 4 guys here for boots and 4 set of hand gloves. I come out with ball valves and whatnot and come across the floor to a couple of T-drops. Those again go back up, raise heat. They dry off all my jackets and bibs. This is an open wall. Everything just hangs there for all your jackets. So the diesel heaters always have a little fan thing in the back. So put the PVC pipe there into an elbow. Make yourself a register box. So it's just a couple inches off the floor. That box is all enclosed, and the only way it gets air is through here. I make that thing suck the cold air off the floor and into that to come back out the other side. And when it comes out the other side, I did put some chrome tape and whatnot on it, so the hot air just comes out of that and then dispenses down the wall. Try and not do what I did with screws. I was trying the system out, but the screws get hot. They're metal, so a couple of these I gotta fix this one. But the controller for them, it isn't very long, so I ran the controller wire over, took it right off, and I added my own wires to it and ran it right up the inside of my wall here, and I put it up high, so I have it mounted up here on the wall where I can get to it. And then I have the Celsius and Fahrenheit controller adjustments there, so you know it's all Celsius, so I'm trying to shoot between 20 Celsius to get 68 in the trailer. But error codes, they're all laminated, they're on the wall, so we ain't got to figure that out. Battery system right now, it's 12.6, and that 12.6, the solars, they all come in here to a couple of massive car batteries in here. These are the car audio batteries, power cells. You can put these batteries upside down, there's no acid coming out of them. So back to the thing here. Yellow line is my diesel fuel coming in from outside, so my tank is higher than what the input is on the diesel heater. Following the yellow line across, I go into a fuel filter. I want to filter everything outside. Then again, it runs down this way. Hard to see with all my wiring, but there's a T here, so that way I can tee off my outside fuel into the top, my inside fuel for the bottom 1 gallon tank, and then out the other side of that T goes to the heater. So 17 gallons on the top, we'll say the 1 gallon on the right, feed the heater off the left. I can shut the ball valve off again here for the 17 gallon outside. Like I'm saying, bring that 1 gallon, that's our last Johnny backup, pull that 1 gallon fuel out one line to the T, go from the T back into the heater. So I've always got my 1 gallon utilized, but I have 17 gallons more outside. If I needed any 12 volt power or any 110 power, I do have an inverter in here in case I do need a 110. But I do have registers in there, wall, in my cupboards, so that way the heat of this room, when I heat it up, will go in that cupboard, so that thing doesn't think it's too cold in here and keep running for no reason. But seeing how we're already standing here, this is the whole setup in the front. I got a 30,000 BTU heater. Yeah, 30,000 BTU heaters extreme when you have a 8,000 diesel heater. Anything goes wrong with one system, I don't want to be cold, so I have a second one. I have a second option to run through. Hang up all your clothes, your bibs, your jackets, boots. The double beds, like I said, they fold down. Get the old mesh baskets out of the back of the old cars at the junkyard, like in a Chevy Impala. Take them things and hang them up. You can have sleeping bags and extra blankets and whatnot all up there. Build a box in the back high up. Screwed it with some brackets to the wall back there. Put some under brackets on it just because these. Made a pine box here basically and painted it up and put a random stickers on it, but it holds all our Klotz oil and extra fuel filters are in here, little pieces and parts, spark plugs, all that mess. The old basket that everybody has from their bathroom to hold the shower soap on in your shower, these little metal things, nobody wants them. I take them. I put my sea foam in them or anything else I need. Usually there's a porta-john sitting in here, so you go to the UP, 2 snowmobiles, spread the butts apart, back the butt in on the third one, then you turn around and back 2 more back in. 5 sleds and 4 guys, because we're not here waiting for you to fix your sled, we're all trying to ride. 2x4s. Setting of the bolts. They threw a bolt through here in the top. Sits on the floor. There's holes on the end of the bed right there where those pins go in through those holes on the 2x4. And all I use is random 2x4 and bolts. Just run this bolt through and put a couple of threads on the head like that. It's fine. You're only sleeping. We're not driving down the road, jumping up and down. Piece of conduit and a couple of curtain rods, or curtain rod hangers, I should say. But then you'd use the block out curtains so you can't see through them. Nice and thick. Got to sit on the front and sit on the back of the beds. Why? Because if I'm sleeping and you want to go back there and tinkle or poop at night, I don't want to see you. So I'll close the curtains at night and I don't need to heat that as much. Now I've condensed my living heat area back down some more. And then you can turn around and pull these back over and close this off. So if I get up in the morning and I'm over here making coffee and you still want 2 more minutes of shut-eye, you can have some more shut-eye without me keeping you awake. Hot water heater, propane. Little paper towels, paper plates. Again, the old bathroom things. Yeah, they work great to hold all your hand soaps and stuff in the front. Microwave, toaster, old bar sink. Got a 8-port USB charge up there. You can plug like 8 things into that thing and charge it. The water system. Got a switch on and off. It's the sprayer tank that goes on the back of your quad. No, I did not get it for 60 bucks. It was actually cheaper than that. But again, this thing's been built for years. Got all the plumbing, got line drain outs. The orange ones are drains to the ground. But it has a 12-volt pump already made and bolted to it. So if you need water, we just suck water up to the sink. Run the water in cold and out red hot. But outside of that, put the big brackets on the wall. Hang your helmets up, because helmets are heavy. So you can hang all your helmets on that, but then all your jackets on the other sides, on the smalls. Table and chair down in the back corner. Those are already in here always. They never come out. Yeah, big, what is that, 6-foot table and 4 chairs. And they'll sit right there because all the snowmobiles come out. So table, chairs, make breakfast, drink coffee, hang out at the table. Take all your gym bags and throw them underneath the beds and the spacing down there. I do have the cam lock things in the front. Over in the front, I have a couple on the side so we can do some side pulls. And then 2 more here in the back. Something else to strap down. But the floor was painted gray with the outside deck paint on your porch of your house. I hit that twice with the gray paint. And all this is the bed liner covers that nobody wants on Facebook. Just buy the old bed liners, Chevy, Ford, Dodge, doesn't matter. And set it in there so your skis go there, your skis go here. Your track is there, grabbing as it walks through. Same on this side. Skis are here, skis are there, and the track walks up the center. Nobody wants them bed liners. And I think I got this whole floor done for 70 bucks, 30 bucks for yours, $20 for this one. He wanted it free gone. The whole floor is done that way. All the way to the front. That's my setup. Hopefully that helps you with your ideas that you need for running your diesel heater. Outside of that, I gotta get going to work, so there are 2 propane tanks in here for that propane heater. So in case we do need to use some propane heat, they're in there too. Because I spend a week in the UP, it's hard to get this plug with that tiny wire to charge off the 18 Silverado if I need more juice. Maybe it's snowing too much, too cloudy, I'm not getting a lot of sun. I want to use my truck. I do car audio, so I used 0 gauge power. Went into the old Anderson plug. That's getting connected onto the front of this. From there, I've already ran 0 gauge down the front to the back of my truck as if I was running amps. Put the wire zip tied right onto the emergency brake cable there. But it comes all the way to the back, and I put my own Anderson plug down here. So now, instead of using this little tiny wire here that feeds your trailer lights and whatnot, I'm using 0 gauge from the front of the truck all the way to the back and feeding that as much as I can. But 2 propanes, 17 gallons of diesel, 4 solars. I got juice, I got power, I do not need nobody or nothing. I do not plug into anything when I go to the UP for 7 days. So, be a week, sleep in the trailer, eat in the trailer, heat's in the trailer, lights in the trailer. I don't need nobody. Leave me alone.